Hi, Phil with XenonSupply.com. Today we have a 2011 Subaru WRX that we'll be installing HID lights on. The installation is compatible with year models 2008 and above, as well as with all Impreza models. Let's pop the hood and get started. Here's what you need to perform this installation. We have here a Xenon Supply upgrade kit, H11 bulb type. It comes with 2 ballasts, the 2 premium HID bulbs, mounting brackets, the wiring harness, and the instruction manual. The tools you'll need for this installation are some wire cutters, a 10mm socket wrench, flathead screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, a 1-inch unibit or 1-inch hole saw, and the 8 zip ties included in the kit. The first thing you'll need to do with this installation is remove the old halogen bulbs. To get to those old halogen bulbs, you have to remove the clip that holds down your windshield washer tube, as well as the 2 clips that hold down your air intake on the passenger side. Let's go ahead and start with the windshield washer tube. Just take your Phillips head screwdriver, counterclockwise, until the inner portion comes up, and just grab hold of it and pull up. And that should come out. This will give us access to the first headlight housing. Let's move over to that air intake. On the air intake there are 2 screws. You'll need your Phillips head or your flathead screwdriver, and you'll be unscrewing counterclockwise till the center portions come up, and you'll be able to just rock it free, and this one should just come up in 2 parts. Let's do that to the other side. And to remove the air intake, just pull it forward. And there you go. Now that we have access to the headlight housing, I'm going to show you on the passenger side how to remove the halogen bulb. The process is similar on both the passenger side as well as the driver's side. For the dust cover, just remove it by turning counterclockwise. And put this somewhere safe. The actual halogen bulb is the H11. Just turn it counterclockwise and you'll be able to remove it, as well as unclip it from the factory headlight connector. Just pull it out. From here you can see, just press down and remove it. Now that we have the halogen bulbs out, we can install those new HID bulbs in. In order to do that, we need to drill a 1-inch hole through the dust cover to allow the wiring to get through to the ballast and make a connection. Let's go ahead and do that. Take a unibit, start at the center. Feed the wires through, and make sure you pull the front portion of that grommet through to the outside so that it can seal off the cover. You'll want to prep the bulb before installing it in your headlight housing. Go ahead and remove the plastic cover. Separate the 2 blue base plates. And remove the foam. Now in some cases you are going to have to flip this rubber seal upside down. Sometimes it comes incorrectly in the packaging. Flip it around and make sure that it goes in between the 2 plastic rings here. It may take a little bit of patience. There we go. And now you're ready to install. To make the installation of the bulb go a little bit easier, you can pull on the wiring here and get yourself a little bit more space when installing the bulb. Make sure you're lining them up properly. There's a larger tab here and 2 smaller ones here. And line them up before installing them. Make sure you get in the grooves, and then twist the lock. Now you can take factory headlight connector, connect it to your HID connector, and make sure it locks into place here. Now all you need to do is pull on the wiring and get it close enough so that you can screw the dust cover back on. There you go. We're going to be using the supplied mounting brackets to mount the ballast. An example of what we'll be making here is the mounting bracket bent at a right angle for installation. Take the supplied mounting bracket, connect the back end here, and install your ballast. Use the supplied screws to secure it in place. Take your Phillips head screwdriver and go ahead and tighten it down. Now you're going to want to make a right angle out of this. Just go ahead and put it against the table and bend it 90 degrees. The passenger side ballast is going to be mounted just a little bit different from the driver's side. You're going to want to mount your bracket so that the long end is facing up where your connections are. And also make sure that your screw comes from the bottom and not the top. Just like this. Don't forget your washer. We're going to be installing the HID ballast using this 10mm bolt that's actually holding down the headlight housing to the chassis. Take your socket wrench, loosen this bolt, and drop your HID right in. Just make sure you have enough clearance for your windshield wiper tube, like that. Once you have this in there pretty snug, you're going to want to make your HID connections now. So, take the male and female ends, make sure they snap together. And you're going to be taking your last connection here and installing them to the ballast. Now, this can go in one of two ways. In reverse polarity. So when you are installing your HIDs here and you're testing, if it doesn't work one way, go ahead and flip the connector around, connect it the other way, and test to see which way the lights will turn on. On the passenger side here, we are not going to be mounting the ballast in the same location as the driver's side because the air intake scoop occupies this area here. There's a grounding bolt, a 10mm bolt down here that you can unscrew and use to mount your ballast. We've already pre-loosened this one. Just drop it down here. And you can thread through. And screw it back in. Should give you plenty of space for the air intake scoop as well as your wiring. As you can see here, we've completed the installation. We've reinstalled the air intake tube with the two bolts. We've also reinstalled the windshield washer tube and tested our lights. They look good. If you have any questions or comments, please email us at help@xenonspot.com. Thanks for tuning in.